2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here for 2K Sports alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Just a few games left before the NBA playoffs and the final seeding starting to lock in.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We've got best. We are near.
Well,
great stuff, DA. Thanks. Tonight, two teams that like to slow it down a little bit, playing that half-court ball. Brent, we don't get to see that as often as we kind of have in the past.
Well, and that's okay, Kevin, because coaches who have a roster that's full of guys who they feel like physically can take advantage of defenses wearing down, or they're looking at their opponent as somebody who's not really patient defensively and wants to play through a 24-second possession. Then if you slow it down, you might have more opportunities for post-ups, cuts, and late baskets because of defensive breakdown.
Coaches knowing what they've got to work with.
Well, you got to know your personnel.
Yep. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Pittsburgh, looking at who they've got out there. They've got Bradley Beal. Howard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Batum in at the 3. Here's Pittsburgh with the ball. Beverley finds Howard. Outside for Beal. Beverley against T. And stolen by Williams. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Lays it up and banks it in. Williams has got the first points up on the board for the Spurs.
I like to see Lou Williams hustle like this, looking determined to get past everybody and be ahead of the pack.
Pittsburgh working the ball around. Here's Aldridge. Porzingis with the block. And they're able to recover. And they get it back. And Batum kicks to Howard. Just 5 to shoot. Beal from long range. And again, it's Pittsburgh missing.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Sweet Lou Williams came into the NBA straight out of high school. I don't think a lot of people remember that back in 2005. The former 45th pick has more than exceeded his selection spot over the course of his career. Last year winning the 6th Man of the Year award.
For Pittsburgh, they've gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Beal can't get it to go. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside Teague. 1:56 left to play here in the first. Williams kicks to Embiid. Over Howard. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, he wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
Now, here's Howard. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York. That doesn't go either for Beal.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible, not getting anything to go.
Iguodala, the pass to Teague. Got it. Good job in the low post. Teague's got his first 2 points of the night.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it'll be Pittsburgh with their first time out of the game here.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
To the middle. And there's Bradley Beal on the assist by Howard.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets 1 to go.
And it's Williams with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. They're getting their first look at the season at Pittsburgh in this one.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
And out of bounds as Pittsburgh gains possession. Last outing for San Antonio, it was a loss to the Pacers in Indiana.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And it's not that you have to take chances, but you got to step up your effort and try to get disruptive. They never did that. And on the road, that's a recipe for disaster.
Now, here's Aldridge. No points in the game yet for him. 2 points. That one goes.
So difficult to defend Aldridge inside. He can go around you or shoot over you. Pretty much whatever he wants to do.
Teague finds Porzingis. 16 seconds left in the first quarter. And they pick up 2.
He was wide open, but just to make sure, he put a little fade on that jumper.
And here's Beverly. Outside Beal. Over Williams. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. A good close. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
Embiid is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Williams. And there's Iguodala. And it's Teague in at the point. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Brent, when you won your first championship back in 2005, you were inserted into the starting lineup in the playoffs against the Nuggets. What did that feel like?
Well, that was a lot of fun. I joked around a lot about I was replacing Manu in the starting lineup. It was very exciting to have that opportunity, and obviously that team that year going on to do great things. The goal we set out to do was win the championship. Mission accomplished.
Now here's Batum following the miss by Porzingis. Beal with it. Williams picks him up. Batum. Shot clock at 5. Beverly dishes to Howard. Over Iguodala. And he can't bank that one in. With some arc. Here's Porzingis. And they call the foul. So he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
More and more as Porzingis is playing these minutes and has these scoring opportunities, he's dealing with the contact much better.
And we talk so much about the offense Porzingis gives you, Brent. How about the defensive side of his game?
Well, I think he's learning a little bit more about position and space. He moves his feet decently well for his size, but he's getting a better understanding of the guys in this league that he's seeing on a nightly basis. And of course, we'll always talk about trying to gain more and more strength.
And again, it's Pittsburgh missing. Spurs leading by 5. Here's Williams. And no good that time. Great D that time from Beal. Pass to Beverly. Howard with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. He kicks it to Aldridge. Over in the corner, Beverly. And he gets it to go from the corner.
Well, there's some confidence right now in Patrick Beverly's game. He's got the green light, and that time took a little bit of a quick opportunity and nailed it.
Now here's Embiid. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Dwight Howard. Teams are trying to finish the season, Brent, with some energy. The reduction of back-to-backs has obviously helped make that a reality.
Well, Adam Silver deserves a ton of credit for approaching the schedule change the way he has the past couple of seasons.
Thinking about the quality of the game.
Yeah, because it is. The quality of the product can make sure that your star players can play as many games as possible. And it's still extremely difficult for those guys to get up for 82 games. They still need their rest. But at least the league has addressed it. The league has given more opportunities for guys to find quality rest in between competition. And hopefully we'll see more players have health. We've not seen that translate into health, but I hope it happens this season.
Me too.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Now, here's Howard. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Aldridge, no luck. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They lead by 6, their biggest margin.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Just didn't like the energy level in that one, and that offensive execution also was lacking.
Well, they made a few shots, Greg, but just wildly inconsistent.
Now here's Beverly. Aldridge left side. Back to Batum over Iguodala. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Batum. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Beverly against T. 20 seconds left in the first half. Iguodala, the pass to Embiid. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And all you need to do is see his free throw percentage, guys. 90 for the season to know what kind of year he's having.
He hits both from the stripe.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
And Beverly kicks to Batum. Shoots over Embiid. And that one released in time, but no good. And okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They stepped up their game in the second quarter, and the score began to tilt in their favor. It's now a 7-point lead for them here at the half. And it's just about time now.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
Yeah, and night after night, man, it just becomes common to watch him rip through teams, and that's exactly what we saw there in the first half.
Well, the defense pays so much attention to him. I think that's where we marvel at his ability to continue to find shots and still deliver.
Checking out the group for Lloyd Pierce to start the second half. Bradley Beal is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Batum. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Howard in at the 5. And Batum kicks to Aldridge. Back to Batum. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Pittsburgh needs to get off a shot here. They get the rebound. And Howard with the stuff.
Well, that's when you love to see the strength of Dwight Howard marching through the defense and just ripping away the second chance opportunity for an easy score.
Now here's Teague. Passes to Porzingis. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. And that's now 9 points for Porzingis. Brent, for as long as Coach Popovich has been at the top of this game, what really is there left to say?
I don't think there's much more you say on a professional level, but there's a lot to be said about the compassion and the things that Pop has done on a personal level for years behind the scenes, championing guys on his staff, supporting not only current players but former players on his team. The interesting thing for Pop the last couple of years is just how outspoken he's been in terms of the equality, not just around the NBA, but around our nation, and some of the statements he's made that have garnered a lot of political attention. Greg Popovich not afraid to express some of the things that maybe deep down we all believe in.
The WNBA, the top teams make the playoffs. We know that regardless of what conference. And the early results look good, Brent. Do you ever see that happening in the NBA?
I like the chatter about it. I like the consideration about it. I love the idea of the top 16 teams making the playoffs. But then I think to myself, well, if 12 of those 16 teams are in the Western Conference, then a lot of people are going to be watching something else come playoff time. So
travel just makes it prohibitive.
Not just the travel, Kevin, but the idea that you have these shifts. As we know, the Western Conference has dominated the NBA for at least the last decade, that there just wouldn't be much attention for the playoffs, at least throughout the country, if you did it that way.
Now here's Aldridge after the miss from Joel Embiid. Over Porzingis. Misses off the left iron.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
Here's Beverly after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. Here is Howard. It's stolen by T. And Iguodala with a clear path to the hoop. And it's Iguodala with the jam.
Well, an amazing effort on the defensive end from Teague with the steal, and the team's rewarded in transition.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh.
And they let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
1:14 left in the third. Pittsburgh trails by 10. Beverly finds Howard. Beverly against T. Step back shot. The shot that time not on target. So the Spurs will take it the other way. After this one, they take on the Clippers at the Staples Center. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Iguodala no good. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Pittsburgh. Down low, Porzingis with the steal.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to really good clock management, and you want to maximize each of your possessions.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Here's Beal following the score by Lou Williams. Inside, oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Beverly against T. Latrey sinks the triple. Teague's got 5 points so far.
Well, if you let a player like Jeff Teague get set from behind the arc, he's going to make you pay.
There's Beal with the three, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Teague, Iguodala out there with Porzingis. Then it's Williams. And it's Embiid in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Now here's Beverly after the miss from Joel Embiid. And Batum kicks to Beverly. Howard, the pass to Beverly. Aldridge trying to break free. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Beverly.
A good decision right there from Dwight. Excellent awareness on that particular play.
Outside, Porzingis. Over Howard. Nice shot by Porzingis. And the Spurs lead by 14.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Beverly finds Aldridge. Left side, Beal. 6 on the shot clock. Batum wide open. He fires. Off target from three-point range. Spurs leading by 14. Williams looking around. To the right side. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Teague inside the line and misses it off the right side of the rim. Pittsburgh trails by 14, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. So many modern offenses no longer rely on a point guard to initiate the play. Tell us a little bit more. Walk us through that process.
I think a lot of teams, Kevin, are getting more towards motion offenses, almost playing in a secondary break where you've either coming off a score, you're coming down the floor, the point guard gets off the ball, and with all the players moving around and with the multifaceted skill set of your small forward and your power forward who's now playing at the point, distributing the ball, setting screens, DHO, because of that skill set, you don't really have the heavy reliance on point guard domination with the basketball, setting up every play, and being the only playmaker on the floor. Now you have 3 and sometimes 4 getting that job done.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. He said, we've come this far. Now we've got to give everything left to get this one. And we can do it. So go out there and do it. Guys, we'll see what they can do.
And the dunk by Aldridge.
Almost impossible to contain Aldridge on the pick and roll. As long as he makes that separation happen, he's going to knock it down.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Williams against Beal. So the wing on the left. This one for 3. Embiid, no good. Pittsburgh trails by 12. Right at the free throw line. And that one hits back iron.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
Teague against Beverly. Teague kicks to Williams. 5 to shoot. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Spurs.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Porzingis.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Joel Embiid. Damari Carroll comes in for Andre Iguodala. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Williams. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Teague.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
Howard misses.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.